most user-seeking alternative to a large PC case, they're quick to make the jump to laptops and all-in-one PC. But down the road they may find themselves disappointed by the screen attached to the machine, as it limits your options. If you want to avoid a full-size PC, feel constrained by a laptop or all-in-one, and at the same time wanting to keep your freedom of choice when it comes to monitors, you can choose a Mini PC or Mac Mini. That's where they shine. So, let's start it with the 5 best Mini PCs in the market available to grab one. 1. Beelink U59 Mini PC. The Beelink U59 is a NUC-size PC built around the Intel Celeron processor N5105 4C/4T 4M cache, 2.0 GHz up to 2. It can come with 8 GB or 16 GB of RAM and up to a 512 GB SATA. Even with that modest silicon, the U59 performs well at basic tasks and has potential as a small office machine or for embedded applications. For 8 GB customers, the RAM can be upgraded to 16 GB, along with the M2s. There's also a bay inside for a 2.5-inch drive for even more storage options. What seals this deal is the relatively low asking price of both the 8 GB and 16 GB models and the bloatware-free Windows 11 installation. Including dual HDMI outputs and dual gigabit LAN ports neatly positions the U59 for embedded use, ideal for providing product presentations or as a self-contained firewall. The Beelink U59 is easily one of the better NUC-size machines we've seen, and it's cheap enough for even the tightest budgets. 2. Apple Mac Mini Mon. Overall, the 2020 version of the Mac Mini with its Mon CPU is still impressive and offers a portable option to take your computing anywhere without sacrificing your favorite Apple OS and software ecosystem. It has a compact, attractive design and the ability to run the latest greatest OS while also running legacy Intel apps and iOS apps. In October last year, many fans were hoping Apple would present a new Mac Mini powered by the Mon Pro or Mon Max chips at their Unleashed event, yet it failed to materialize twice last year. One of its drawbacks is that memory doesn't go above 16 GB, nor can it be upgraded on the 8 GB model. Those coming from Intel-based Mac Minis will despair finding out they can no longer use external graphic cards. Besides, it's a good alternative to get into the Apple world with minimum desk real estate. 3. GEEKOM MiniAir 11 Mini PC. The Taiwanese-based PC maker GEEKOM has several small form factor PC available, and the MiniAir 11 is currently the cheapest. It uses the Intel Celeron processor N5095 4C/4T 4M cache, 2.0 GHz up to 2.9 GHz, comes with 8 GB, expandable to 16 GB of RAM, and a 256 GB without hyperthreading and with one of the lowest Intel UHD graphics GPU specifications. This machine isn't suitable for gaming or CAD. Still, it works well enough with a browser and basic office applications. Both memory and storage can be user upgraded, and the unit has plenty of USB ports for the attachment of external storage. The weaknesses of this design are that the integrated wireless networking is only Wi-Fi 5 capable, and the NVMe M2 port only has the bandwidth of 2 PCI. If you have a modest task that needs Windows 11 Pro pre-installed, then the asking price of the GEEKOM MiniAir 11 makes it an attractive choice for those working with a limited budget. 4. ECS EliteGroup LIVA Z3. Using the latest Intel Jasper Lake 10M silicon, the Z3 is an incredibly compact NUC system that requires no active cooling. It comes with a VS mounting plates connected to a monitor, providing a way to make an easy-to-transport system that isn't a laptop. Considering how tiny the Z3 is, there are plenty of USB ports, sports gigabit Ethernet, and 802.11 AC Wi-Fi adapter, and it can connect to 2 monitors via HDMI and mini DisplayPort. However, keeping the system so small and fanless has dictated an SoC that only consumes 6 W, has 4 cores, and lacks hyperthreading. It also uses an eMMC boot drive, further reducing mediocre performance. This performance profile makes the Z3 only suitable for light office work, as it doesn't have the power to meet more challenging tasks. If you still want one, we recommend using the internal PCIe M2 slot, 2 lanes to boost drive performance, and maybe also wanted to upgrade the DDR4 RAMs to get the most out of this hardware. 5. MiniForum UM700. This powerful mini PC is square and smaller than a mousepad, making it perfect for office workers, students, and creative professionals who work from home. It looks good sitting on your desk, but thanks to its mounting plate, you can hide it from view if necessary. Additionally, its small size makes it easy to transport. Simply unplug the cables and put the workhorse with its power adapter into a backpack to take it wherever you go. Thanks to AMD fast quad-core Ryzen 7 CPU, and its PCI bus SSD. Windows 10 boots in less than. It includes 16 GB of RAM, which is more than adequate for 2022 and beyond. If you want to upgrade your memory or storage, its top plate is easily removed by pressing and sliding without a screwdriver. It uses standard SODIMMs like laptops and has a 2.5-inch bay for an internal SSD, or the device has one USB-C port on the front as well as two USB 3.2 type of ports, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and a power button. There are also more USB ports on its back, as well as HDMI and DisplayPort for hooking up a monitor. With this tiny machine, you can easily drive 3 4K displays, but you will have to use 3 different cable types for each: USB-C, HDMI, and DisplayPort. Early in January, the company announced that a version with Manjaro Linux preloaded would cost $70 less than the Windows version. The dual-band Wi-Fi and gigabit Ethernet port as the basic configuration provide excellent connectivity. MinisForum offers versions of this model in various RAM and storage configurations, and some have 2 gigabit Ethernet ports, whereas the Linux preloaded version has a 2.5 Gbps Ethernet port. Consider that when ordering, and check the type and number of Ethernet ports included if wired networking is important to you. So, what is the best? Check out the description below for our latest Mini PC recommendations, which parallel the models we outlined above.